Today's topic for revision is networks, that is Unit 2, Chapter 5 Networks. What do you mean by network? What are the major features of network? Advantages, disadvantages of network. Now, network means many devices connected together. That is called a network. What are the major feature, function, or advantages? The network allows the devices to communicate, share files, data, share resources. It can be any peripheral devices or memory. So these are the major advantages or functions of network. So we learned LAN and WAN in the previous lesson. So this is about network. Now, requirement for connecting to a network. Let's see. Connection to the network. There are three different ways There are three different ways to identify a device on network. One is Internet Protocol address or IP address. The second one is MAC address, and the third one is device name. Internet Protocol, that is the IP address. It is a unique address. Unique means what? Only one device will have that particular address. Now, identifying the IP address, we are looking at the IP address, we are identifying the device, and then we are sending or receiving data to and fro. Okay. Now, you know what? Whenever, just suppose device A is sending some data to device B, each packet of data is addressed to this IP address of device B, and it is how the data is sent. Same like our emails or the post box letters we send to a particular address, right? Every home has got an address, and that is how we send letters. Same way, the IP address. And then there are two different types of IP address. One is IP version 4 or IPv4, and the other one is IPv6 or IP version 6. Now, IPv4 is a binary one. It has got 32-bit address. Okay, whereas IPv6 is a hexadecimal one. Binary number system, we already learned it. It has got only two numbers, 0 and 1. Whereas hexadecimal number system, it has got 15, no, 15 or 16, 0 to 9 and 8 to F. Okay, so that is hexadecimal number system. Then the IP address representation. Okay, so that's all about the IP address. Then coming to, see, this is a 32-bit IPv4 address. 32-bit means the this whatever is represented in binary digit, that is 32-bit. It is converted to decimal notation. It is called dotted decimal notation. IPv4 is not. Now IPv6, see, hexadecimal, it has got 16 bits. This is an example for hexadecimal. Okay. Then coming to MAC address, it is media access control address. It is dynamically allocated by users or server. Okay. Now MAC is a universal identifier, or it is physically attached to this NIC. As you can see in the image, NIC, that is a network interface controller. It is a hardware part, and MAC address is attached to it. Okay, so it is done by the manufacturer. It is done from the side of the manufacturer. It is generally fixed address. Okay, so that is MAC address. It is dynamically allocated by users or server, and it has got two parts, that is, one is manufacturer's unique identifier and NIC specific address. So this is another way. Now the major uses of MAC addresses, it restrict or allow the access to network. You can track a device using MAC address. then you can identify a device on the network. So this is second method of identifying a device. Now the third one is the device name, whose phone is connected, whose laptop is connected. You can see, right, the device name. You have to rename your device, and then whenever you are connecting your phone or your device with any other thing, it shows the phone is connected or whose phone is connected, like that. So that is device name. This is another or the third method to identify a device. So this is how you identify mm, device, okay, or the requirements for connecting to the network. Now let's see the components of wired and wireless system. The first one is internet, intranet we will discuss. The first one is cable, okay. So the cable, we learned it as the wired one. Yeah, it is a basic component. In small places like our home and all, we use cable to a wired connection. The major advantage is high speed, faster. It is a bit expensive. Now there are different types of cable. The one is Ethernet cable, as you can see from the picture. This is Ethernet cable. Now we have twisted pair cable like this. You don't have to study this in detail. We have fiber optic cable. You have to read about fiber optic cable. Fiber optic cable, it works with the help of light, total internal reflection. Data is sent as light through this. Okay. So that is fiber optic. Again, these are three different modes. Then comes wireless access point. Okay. So it is a device that allows the transmission and reception of data over a wireless local area network. Okay, it is built into the hardware such as router, so it is available. So that is wireless access point. You might be given a diagram and to recognize the device over there. So a router, it will contain a wireless access point. The basic feature, the function is to provide internet. Okay, now these are different network devices. Wireless access point, bridge, it acts as a connection between two different LAN, local area network, whereas it gateway is a connection between two different types of network like LAN and WAN, like that. Okay, now hub, it joins the devices on the same LAN. Okay. Now modem is modulating and demodulating. It modulates and demodulates the signal, like the analog to digital, digital to analog. The function of the repeater is to strengthen the signal that gets weak mm, with high ranges, you can say. Okay, as the range is big, the signal also will be weak, and with the use of a repeater or a booster, both are same, repeater or a booster, the signal is strengthened. Now router, it stores the addresses of all the device that is connected to it, and according to the address it sends the packet. According to the IP address, the router sends the packet. Now the function of switch, I think you don't have to yeah, you have switch. It connects the device with the using a cable. Actually, it forwards the data to the proper destination. Actually, these all things are little confusing, but once you understand, that is easy. Access point provides internet, bridge connects to LAN, gateway connects to different networks like a LAN and a WAN, hub joins the multiple device on the LAN, modem demodulating and modulating, repeater strengthens, router is the one who forwards the packet looking at the IP address. Okay, and switch, router and switch is same, but one checks the IP address, the other one checks the MAC address. Okay, so I hope that is clear. You can check the PPT for more information. What is ISP? Internet Service Provider. It is a private company that gives internet to you. So that is all about Yeah, what is the function of a router? It stores IP address, reads the packet header. Each data packet will have a header which has got the recipient address, I mean the destination address, the sender's address, which port, which network, and all. Okay, so that's all about the uh, components of wired and wireless system. Now the next topic is server. Server, it is the main system, the main computer that has got the resources and is connected to every other computers. Now there are different types of server, that is authentication. Now if you need to see a picture, this is a kind of server, big server room. Now, this is the client server network. You can say the server is there, client is there. Client depends on the server for one or the other kind of resource. It can be the peripheral devices or the storage. Now, there are different types of servers, namely authentication server, print server, file server, and application server. It is clearly given in page number 86. Authentication server, it checks the username and passwords, and it is the person who allows us the access. Whether it is a resource, application, or storage, it gives access only to the authenticated people. Print server is the one who does print spooling. We learned this print spooling in chapter 1. Then we have file server and application server. So application server, it gives um, it stores the apps on the server itself, and the client will be allowed to run the applications. Okay, so these are the four basic types. Then we have one more, that is a web server. Web server, it requests for data made through HTTP, which is a type of protocol. Okay, um, so web server is the person who gives access to all the contents that is stored in the server. Speed and volume of data transfer we already discussed. Securing data on networks. No, we don't have that wireless encryption. Yes, wireless protected access and wireless encryption, VPN is there. Now, wireless encryption meaning it is a kind of protocol that is used. Protocol meaning what? Set of laws or set of rules to secure the wireless transfer. Okay, now why we need wireless encryption protocol? To protect our data from the eavesdropper. Eavesdropper means what? Somebody who is looking into our data, or the hackers. So that is wireless encryption. VPN, you know what is VPN? Virtual private network. You can connect to a private LAN from a remote location. Okay, so you can access to the few advantages, or the few uses are you can access to the employer's network from working from home, or you can make secure payments using this. You can prevent surveillance, or you can actually not know other people that you are using a particular network. That is VPN. Wi-Fi protected access to provide better encryption than WEP. Okay, so that is Wi-Fi. I mean wireless protected. Yeah, Wi-Fi protected access. We talked about WEP, servers, encryption. What is public key encryption, symmetric key encryption? Now, we have learned in year 9 how encryption works, right? Do you remember the Caesar cipher, the substitution cipher, and all? From the sender part, we are sending a data. It is in scrambled mode, and it is in scrambled mode, and then at the receivers, and it is um, decoded. This is encryption basically. Okay, and then uh, there are two different type. One is symmetric key where the key is same at the sender's end and at the receiver's end. Same key is used. Whereas in public key encryption, the sender's end, the key is same, whereas in receiver's end, the key will be different. Okay, so that is public key encryption and symmetric key encryption. This is how you secure data, and I think there are few more. 10 networks. It is the sixth one, local area network. I think we discussed this local area network. Okay, here comes our local area network. There are two different types of local area network. Local area network means it covers a small geographical area. So two different types of local area network is peer-to-peer network and client-server network. In client-server network, there will be a major server, a device that acts as a server. Now, and some client systems. Now, the major benefits of client-server network is you have to learn this control of user access right, like who is accessing what resource. It can be storage or any peripheral device. Centralized administration, you can have an administrators to monitor what these people are doing. Centralized backup, the each system need not worry about the storage. The backup is done by the server. So that is these are the advantages or benefits of using client server network. Now we have shared software. You don't have to install all the software in your individual system. The cloud, I mean the server provides the software. Then roaming profiles is what? It is the ability to log into your computer. The server can log in and see what you people are doing. He can go through your files. Okay, so that is roaming profile. So these are the two benefits of client server model. Whereas in peer-to-peer, what is in peer-to-peer? Peer-to-peer, there is no administrator. It is all between the devices. Okay, so where is peer to peer? I think that PPT is missing from me. Okay, so in peer to peer there is no centralized authority like server, the authorized person to control the network, and it is between the networks. Okay, and you asked about one more topic we missed in between. Okay, so that's it about networks, I guess. Local area network, filter software. Yeah, we did connected to using the internet. Web browser, you know about web browser, the browser, the application that is allowing us to use the mm, to browse the files that is stored in the internet. Search engine, that also you know. Filter software. What is filter software? There is actually two list of URLs or two list of websites. One is the white list and the other one is the black list. Okay, so the one is the white list and the other one is the black list. I think I have written somewhere, but I just forgot it. Okay, so the white list and black list. White list contains all the URLs of good websites, and the black list contains all the you can say the prohibited ones, or the ones that contains virus, uh, wrong data, all this kind. Okay, so whenever you are typing a URL, the filter software will check whether the URL belongs to a blacklist or a whitelist. If it belongs to the blacklist, it will not be shown, and if it belongs to the whitelist, then only it will be shown. So this is how you are providing parental controls for the for the kids and all. Okay, so that's it. That's all about benefits of using client server network. It's a very important question. Okay, so that's it. That's all about the networks. I think I have covered all the topics. Yes.